You are now a loyal follower of the Villain District Podcast.
Okay, guys. New song. It's coming to me.
What is it?
Banging on a can.
No.
Drumming on a street light.
You can't. We don't own that. No.
Strumming on my banjo.
One little voice is calling me. Okay.
Can we put that on there?
I don't know.
It's weird how we
I
all
really don't
just
know.
like wrote that at the same time.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah, well, it's just our publisher. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we can
I
do
guess
that
we
or not.
can't do that.
You should bleep it like it's vulgar.
Bleep everything up until on a can.
Yeah. And No. Bleep can and bleep it even like when Chris just said it and like when I'm saying it, right? Just that word.
That's good.
Anyway.
I like it.
Are we recording?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Nice.
Episode number 4, the Villain District Podcast.
Quattro in French.
Yep.
Hey, you guys want to know the most recent text I got from my significant other was?
Yep.
Yes.
http://www.spiderswithaz.com.
Just that?
Yep.
Just that. Good.
And then I clicked on
Sure.
the link.
Like you would.
Yeah.
All spiders can and will bite you if in danger or accidentally touched. For example, in your shoes or clothing, etc.
For example.
Any spider bite can cause a reaction ranging from a bee or a wasp sting type bite to requiring hospitalization.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Different?
She just felt like you needed to know that.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'll get the most random
That's really funny.
websites and
That's really great.
spends way too much time on Reddit. I didn't mean that. You spend the perfect amount of time on Reddit.
Good job, Tiff.
Yeah. Way to go.
Yep. Well, here we are. Episode 4.
That's right.
Yeah. It's going great so far, guys. You guys have really been pulling it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like when you're the lead singer of a band, you get used to carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yeah.
No, I
and
think
really
the lead
pulling
singer,
everything off.
the singer only carries the mic pretty much, right?
I think it. Yeah.
They sit around and sign stuff,
Yep.
and everybody else carries everything heavy. I
Take
think.
pictures.
Right.
And
I carry the weight of signage. So
So that's a thing. That's a thing. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no,
You're carrying the weight over there.
yeah, I carry it on my shoulders, and after many years of being in a band on the road, I now have back problems.
Okay.
From carrying all the weight of the world on my shoulders.
That makes sense.
So
Oh man. So one thing I wanted to chat with you guys about just for a second as we're getting into this is one of my favorite stores here in town is closing, and I'm very sad about it.
I know where this is going.
I'm very sad about it. Wild and Woolly.
Oh no.
Wild and Woolly Video is closing down after like 18 years. And it's not apparently because I live pretty close to there, and so I love that place. They got the weirdest movies.
Yeah,
I remember before I lived up here, I was talking to Austin Roush, who we'll have on the podcast at some point. But I was talking to him, and he was telling me about all these weird movies. Like, they don't just have, new releases. You guys have been there.
Yeah.
They don't just have new releases, popular movies. They've got, they've got a section called Psychotronic with, all kinds of weird movies. He rented a movie called Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
Yep.
One time. And I never got to see it. But it sounded great. So.
And now you'll never get
And
to.
now I'll never get to.
We need to get that guy on here, like
Austin?
whoever runs Wild
Mr.
and
Woolly.
Woolly.
I think his name is
Mister.
the Mammoth.
Yeah.
They call him the Mammoth.
I think Wild dropped out, but Woolie's still working there.
From what I understand, though, they're still like turning a profit. It's like he's just looking to the future.
Yeah.
Like wanting to start like a Pilates studio or something.
Which is smart. I mean, which is smart looking to the future of the video industry, but it does make me sad in the moment.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Chris, you still have what, Family Video over there by where you live?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and I kind of frequent that place. Maybe once every 2 weeks or something, we'll go rent a movie.
Yeah.
He'll just go rent Superbad over and over again.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. They have tons of like incentives to go there as opposed to like your Redbox or whatever.
Yeah.
They give you tons of coupons at your first visit for free, whatever.
I remember there was a Family Video when I lived in Bowling Green that I went to, and they would give you a free rental if you would bring in a membership card and cut it up from another video store.
Oh, wow.
So like if you would bring in your Blockbuster card when that was still a thing and slice it up, they would give you a free rental.
That's pretty cool.
Straight up thugging, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
I used to just go sign up for Blockbuster memberships and just come back, cut it up, get free rentals. It was good.
They have a thing where you buy a gumball and you get a free movie.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, no joke.
Wait, like if you win, like some gumballs have free movie?
No.
Oh.
Like you spend a quarter and then you get a movie rental.
Wow.
Wait, so why would
not
anybody...
every time though, right?
No.
Okay.
That's
okay.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, why would you?
But no joke. When I first went there, they gave me like a poster-sized thing of coupons, and it was all like you buy one movie and you get 2 free for 5 nights, and all this, like tons of great deals. But and they're super nice, super friendly.
Yeah, I remember when they I would laugh to myself whenever I was in there looking at movies, because I would hear them answer the phone whenever somebody would call, and they would go, "Thanks for calling." What are they called again?
Family Video.
Family Video.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, thanks for calling Family Video, where we have all the newest, best releases that Redbox doesn't have. Like they would talk about
Redbox sucks.
They would mention by name their competitor and say that they didn't
classy.
have it. Thanks for coming to Burger King, where McDonald's always sucks.
I was having this conversation just yesterday with somebody, but it's funny that Redbox normally has the movies that, like, when they're in theater, or in theaters, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'd pay $1 to go see that in the theater.
Sure, yeah.
And then it comes out on Redbox. It's not like the good ones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So by the time it's on Redbox, I'm usually spending $1 to say, I didn't much like that movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anything else to do, kind of thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say, as long as we're talking about movies, movie posters are ridiculous, and I feel like I'm overlooking good movies because of awful movie posters sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So like I was looking through Netflix. This was probably like a month ago, and I saw this movie with Chris Evans in it, who played Captain America. It had Chris Evans in
Captain America.
Oh, Captain America, Steve Rogers. Anyway, and it was called Snowpiercer. Have you guys heard of this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It looked like the stupidest movie from the cover. I was like, oh, he made a movie called Snowpiercer because like he needed $5 between Captain America movies. But apparently it's really good.
He got that Disney money. He got that Disney money, dude. He got that Disney money. He don't need no $5.
No,
he's got five.
He doesn't.
He's got several $5 bills.
He
actually.
does. Yeah. If you, I would. If I was him, I would just be like, give me my money in $5s. I just want all of it. I'm gonna empty it out.
I would
put it in a room.
I would do that
and just Scrooge McDuck in there, man. It'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He like he makes like a blowhole with the change.
What does that mean? Oh, does it? Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Okay.
I don't remember that at all.
He scoops it in his mouth and spits it into the air.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, it's not like ducks have blowholes.
Well, I mean,
they're just like nostrils or so on the top of their heads.
If your duck has a blowhole, your duck's about to die. Anyway,
you got anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah, I do actually. I do. Let me think. Well, what about you guys? I just brought up something. Do you guys have anything that has been on your minds this past week since we've done a podcast that's hilarious and...
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
You guys are laughing at each other.
Spit it out.
I was going to ask Chris if he had anything on his heart that he wanted to share with the podcast.
I don't have a heart.
He doesn't have one. It's cold and frozen.
That's right.
Like ice.
Yeah.
You guys don't want me to let you in on my cold and frozen heart.
It sounds terrifying.
It is.
Just say that. It sounds awful.
I live a good life.
Yeah? Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. So no, you guys had nothing you want to bring up from the past week that's been stirring in the core of your being?
Well, I did
like the fact that video stores closing.
I had a conversation with my friend Ryan via text message.
Yeah.
Ryan Eichelberger he played guitar for Nine Ball for a little bit. He played, I think, a little bit on the Millionaires record, and he definitely did some background harmonies.
Did he come in right after I quit? He came in and took over right after me.
That's right.
Immediately. But he actually he was a big co-writer in a lot of those songs on that album because he's a quick and witty dude. But he's actually like doing some experimental kind of treatment because he has a very rare disease called lymphangiomatosis, and he has it's like a tube in his lungs, I think. Sorry, Ryan, if I'm getting this wrong.
Yeah. It's a good thing you're not doing the procedure, because you clearly have no idea.
I could do it, and I offered to. I mean, my mom re-pierced his lip once, and yeah.
So you're qualified.
Yeah. So I'm qualified. Actually, he asked me to do it, and I touched the needle to his lip, and then my stomach went, whoa. Mom. But anyway, he sent me this text, and he said, "Hey, did I tell you about my roomie? He's sitting in the hospital with another guy."
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, dude, wasn't that the stab victim?" He said, "Yes, sir." No. He had some thug visitors who wanted to know the address of the guy who stabbed him. They said they was going to make his people pay, LOL.
Oh no.
Not sure if they were talk or legit. He's super nice, but his peeps are a bit scary.
Oh, man.
So that's Ryan's in up in the cold Northeast right now, hanging out with the cold Northeastern people.
Yeah.
And just having a grand time. His wife and his two beautiful children are up there with him.
Yeah.
And Kamie's been posting a lot of fun pictures. I've been liking on Facebook. Or on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know how? That's the mouse.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
But I thought
you don't use a mouse. Nobody uses a mouse.
No. Everyone should hear about that text message I got. So
that's pretty. That's pretty exciting. That's an experience. You know.
And my response was like, "What?" I said, "That's movie business." And then I said, "Did they get the address?" He said, "I believe so."
That's the calmest response. I believe so.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess his people up. So
yeah, he also texted me after he heard episode 2. I haven't listened to episode 2 in a little bit, and he said, "Dude, I was the star of episode 2."
Yeah,
I guess you're the star of episode 4 as well,
That's
my
right.
good friend.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was telling Chris this. You know. For the listeners, we had talked about maybe so like on this episode we're going to wind up releasing a new Villain District song at the end of this episode, but I was thinking also, you know, all of us have made lots of music throughout time that we've not released, and so obviously it won't be as big of a deal or as good of a climax as putting a Villain District song out.
Villain District is a big deal.
That's right. Thank
you guys hear
Sauron.
That? Did you hear? Did you guys hear that?
I did it. What was it?
I don't know.
Just one more time.
Villain District is a big deal.
I didn't hear that. I don't know. If you're hearing that, there's somebody in your house. Anyway. But we
hey,
talked
quit
about
laughing at your own jokes.
I'm sorry, I'm super funny, so it's hard. But we had talked about putting some other songs on there that weren't at the end of random episodes of the podcast that aren't Villain District, and so I thought we might put a song of Riney's on there because he does great music.
Oh yeah, he was actually just here at the Butchertown a couple weeks ago. He randomly got some free air. What's it called? Airfare.
Airfare.
That's
what.
Oh, okay.
Airfare. That's what I'm looking for.
It's like, I don't know.
I'm a
Air
dummy.
Jordans, maybe? Air Jordans?
Yep.
Thanks for listening, and I'm a dummy. But he came to Louisville for a weekend, or maybe even more than that. Maybe like 4 days.
Yeah, it was
But
like
we
4 days,
recorded
I think.
a couple new Ryan Eichelberger tracks that are pretty sick. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, he gave me his permission to put some of his songs on an episode or something. So we'll do that soon.
Super tight.
Yeah.
Do that soon for sure. So
you want to jump head first into this new episode of Behind the Tune?
yeah, let's do
let's
it.
do it.
Let's get in there.
Roll it, DJ.
Behind the tune.
Oh, I love that. What's going on is you're talking to yourself in the future. Joe
Spin that track, DJ.
Joe just called himself DJ in the future.
Oh man.
So this one is a track. It's called "Choke Out the Sun."
That's right.
I guess the original name was "Eyes on the Prize" because those were the first words.
Those are the first words of the song. Yeah.
And I think Chris is going to kind of let us in on what this song's about.
Yeah, he's going to give us sort of the rundown of.
Yeah. Well, it came to me one night in my bedroom as I sat with my instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah.
It's like
with my unspecified instrument. As I sat with my instrument, or do you mean your brain? That's your instrument.
Go on.
And a pen and
Sorry.
paper.
Anyway,
a writing utensil. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna write a song.
Yeah, sure.
A good song, in fact.
Oh, that's
And so, whenever I thought about that for a minute, I came up with this song.
okay.
And
so Will wrote the lyrics to this one.
Oh, I think that was a great idea, though, having Chris.
yeah.
Chris,
I like it.
Here's a question: If I gave you a $5 bill to sit down, let's call it 20.
Yeah, okay.
If I give you a $20 bill to sit down and write the words of this song out,
This is going to be an arbitrary number because I can't do it.
$1 million.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If I give you a $20 bill, you couldn't sit down and write the words of this song out, right?
No.
No.
Not even
No.
15%, probably.
In the past, I think we've all been very kind of hands-on all together as far as how these songs have been written.
Yeah.
But there for a little bit, we have this like Google Drive doc where he just adds a bunch of lyrics when he has time, and we all kind of contribute. So the last couple songs have been very much like will post some lyrics, and then we'll all kind of work through it in the in our little rehearsal space. But this one was more so you coming to us with the main idea of what you were saying and basically a riff,
A real basic
riff,
chord
right?
pattern, yeah.
And we were like, Chris, you're going to have to play pretty fast on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to learn to play fast. So.
That's right.
You did good, man.
I like to
Thanks.
write songs that stretch our musical abilities together, collectively.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought of this song in the shower. I started singing it to myself in the shower.
With my eyes on the prize. I hope you were looking forward. I hope you were looking straight forward.
You can't. I was staring with my eyes open right into the spray of the water.
Yeah.
I was just, yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
And the listeners couldn't see Joe just grooving with himself, just bouncing. But
I'm a bouncer. I bounce when I walk.
oh man,
Bounce when I talk.
So yeah. So we're gonna chat about the origins of this song, and then we're gonna play it. And we haven't put it out yet, so it's new.
So you guys heard it first here.
So it'll drop. So it'll drop here on the podcast, and then it'll drop in a week or so with the video on the Facebook. Is that the plan? Is that what's going on?
That sounds about right.
Sure.
Sweet.
It's the plan now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you came in with this riff, this this kind of thing.
I don't even think I had that actually.
Okay.
I think what I had was just the verse, and we can't. Yeah. we
You're
can't
like-
reference it too much because they haven't heard it yet. But
Right.
But yes, I had the verse thing.
So you came in with the
Yeah.
verse. The four of us. By the way, we need to get Vince in on this
goodness.
podcast very
Most definitely.
very
Jeez.
soon.
Vince, this episode's for you and also Riney, but yeah.
Now
you
Vince,
too.
Vince is for those of you who don't know, is my brother-in-law, and he and my sister live in Berea, Kentucky, and it's probably upwards of 2-hour drive, hour and 45-minute drive, and he's not always available to do the podcast, but we do want you listeners to know that he is going to be a reoccurring thing on the podcast. He has a lot of interesting things to say, and he's always saying how he doesn't think he's as witty and quick as the rest of us. So I think he's going to try to push the conversation towards his wit.
I see.
So
yeah,
That's good.
that sounds good. That sounds good.
But they're expecting a baby in the end of February.
Whoop, whoop.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah, for sure. So it's called the Villain District Podcast, and the three of us are in Villain District, but we don't comprise all of Villain District. There's always an absence, or there has. Well,
And here's
in
the thing.
fourth episode. Here's
Here's
always
the thing
an
about that
absence.
absence.
Yeah.
I think I can speak for the both of us, and I'm not putting down any bass player we've ever had.
Sure.
Like Corey or Luke or any of those guys, because those guys were very good and they added a lot to the band.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think either one of them considered themselves bass players.
Right.
They were more so guitar players.
To some extent, yeah.
Actually, Corey learned
Yeah.
really quick. Corey's a singer
Yeah.
and a dancer.
Yeah.
And Luke, I think Luke played guitar, but before Luke was in the band, he was just a singer too.
Yeah.
Right.
He had played some bass in the
He had
past.
played some bass,
but he had quit.
when we asked him to join, we were like, "You got to come play bass for us."
You wanna play
and
bass?
He said,
Yeah.
"Nope."
No, I don't play
He
bass.
said, "I'm not a bass player." But he eventually joined because why wouldn't you? But when Vince came on, Vince is specifically a bass player.
That's very true.
And we had never had that kind of element, this bass line element that wasn't just this kind of straightforward because when I write guitar parts, I don't write anything that's super intricate or anything, so the bass just kind of follows what I wrote.
Sure.
Yeah.
But now when the four of us get together in a room, I'm playing this thing and Will kind of adds his thing, and then coffee burp, and then Chris and Vince come up with these kind of tight grooves underneath it, and all four of us are playing just different things.
Yeah.
And it's, well, that's probably not a good example for this song.
Yeah, this song's pretty straightforward.
This song's
right.
a little bit more in your face,
A little more
straightforward.
on the grid.
Yeah.
than
Well,
the
this
others,
one,
Yeah.
let's start by talking about the bridge of this song.
Oh yeah, that's a
The
good
bridge
idea.
of this song is something that we've never done before. The whole song slows down, and it's just a kind of call and response groove with the guitars, and it is really neat.
Yeah.
I like it. It's.
Would you say it's the best part of the song? Because that's my biggest contribution.
Oh, is that why you want to know?
Yep.
I'm not gonna add what I had to
No,
say.
I would
'cause
say
I
the,
can't give you the satisfaction
kidding.
of that.
I would say the probably the lyrics and the chord progression for the verses are probably the
best.
probably the best part of the song.
Yeah.
What did I write again?
Mostly the drums.
Okay, mostly the drums.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess how the song came together, Will came in the room with that progression, and then I started kind of playing on my guitar, and then I came up with the chorus, which was
What you mean is there were no words there.
There were no words. I didn't write any of the words to this track. And then Will came in with "Hey, that's pretty cool. Let me put words in your mouth there."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while to get them right because I didn't write them.
Yeah. Yeah. But you did eventually. Eventually you got them right.
Eventually got them right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So the bridge, you were talking about the bridge of the song. I really like the bridge. Not only is it the whole song slows down, but it is this call and response groove that's very cool.
Yeah.
And very And that's a good example of where I'm basically doing what you told me to do there. But Vince has some intricate things going on there, right? Yeah. In his part, I mean, that's a good example of that's a Vince.
A Vince
bass, that part is written for the bass. It's not following anything else. So
well, I mean, if you listen back through our catalog, all three of our songs, you're gonna hear some pretty interesting bass licks throughout. And I think back when I used to play in punk rock bands, I would have told the bass player, not so much.
Calm down, man.
Calm down.
Yeah, calm down.
Just keep it simple. And now our new thing is like, well, that's Vince's style, and Vince's style just contributes to what we do as a whole.
Absolutely.
Whereas, I don't want it to be what I would have played, because what I would have played is not as good.
Sure, yeah.
It'd be more of a bland kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm going to make a rude noise with my mic stand really quick, because I just got to get it where it needs to be. There you go. It's Reggie Watts. Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
How's that?
Wait.
Will,
golly. So, anyway, my bad.
That was a lot of noise.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, I had these. I think I came up with the lyrics. I came up with that first line first. That first line, with my eyes on the prize, I will bring us down. Came up with that line first, and then it's all sort of built around that idea. So
dive a little deeper on what that means.
Can I talk about my favorite line in the whole song?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Let me sing through it.
You should probably, you should probably have that ready to go.
My mouth filled with lies, I will sell you out.
Yeah.
What comes before I would choke out the sun? You don't even know.
No.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard without the melody.
It's hard to pluck it right out of context.
And if something.
Last will be the last, first will be... No, it's... what is it? I don't even know. No, I know what it is. It's the second verse, and it says, "The truth I'll deny for the good of everyone, so that you can rest your eyes. I will choke out the sun."
So that you could rest your eyes, I would choke out the sun.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah,
thanks.
And that's not a loving thing, though.
No, it's not. It's not a loving thing. And it's sort of, the whole song is about misunderstanding
it's
love
like
in a sense.
It's the old switcheroo.
Yeah, it's the old switcheroo. The whole song is about, and I actually meant to look this up before we talked about this, because I was thinking about what this song was about. So there's this saying, and I'm going to get it comically wrong, and you guys can laugh at me. But what's the saying about cutting off your nose? Isn't you cut off your nose to spite your face? Is that
something like that?
It's something like that, and I didn't look it up.
Oh, yeah, Van Gogh.
What?
No,
I know what you're talking about.
Van Gogh on. So wait, hold on. I don't know.
Yeah, he cut up his nose and sent it to his aunt or something.
Sent it to his face. Yeah. No, but essentially the whole idea is putting sort of short-term goals, or not even short-term, but just doing things, having a goal and seeing that goal as sort of the ultimate good thing, and then running so hard at that goal that you just destroy everything else.
Right.
You just destroy everything that's good. So whether it's like sort of religious ideology of like, as long as we all sort of go to heaven someday, we can cut down all the trees and just destroy the world. Yeah. Or whether it's like political ideologies of like, as long as I get, taxes wherever I want them, high or low, whatever, I'll just destroy people's lives in order to do that.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Because that thing is good.
Right.
And sort of the ends justify the means kind of thing.
Yeah,
right.
sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's what the whole song is essentially about. So with I would choke, or so that you could rest your eyes, I would choke out the sun. It's like, you'll be in a worse spot. Like, your eyes might get to rest, but you've destroyed the sun.
Plus, your hands would be blistered.
That is true. You want to use like a 50 SPF,
sure.
if you're going to do that kind of thing. But yeah, so that's what that's about.
Yeah. And then I remember anytime we have a new song and I'm anywhere around my mom, I'll get like a guitar out, and I'll just start playing the song for her, and she'll be doing this thing where she kind of dances to it, and like she's really excited about it, and she's like, "That's really deep." And I was singing the chorus. It's the
last will
be the last, the first will be the first.
Mm-hmm.
Lips to your veins, you drink your blood to satisfy your thirst.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's tough. Yeah. She didn't say that, but that's what she meant.
I would love to see Bonnie
Joey,
say
that's
that.
tough.
Joey, that's tough.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is, if you don't like our songs, you can take it up with my mama.
You're not
because
tough.
They all go through my mother first, and she's like, that's spot on.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Or she's like, back to the drawing board.
She's never said that.
No. She's just supportive. Yeah.
No, I think she said a few times that, you could maybe not do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe like, don't let Will write those words anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe just do more for like.
Do more.
Just Joe do more.
I'll just do
20% happier.
Yep.
20% happier.
But no, I let her listen to a rough mix in the car. She was up for Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
And she loves this track. She's like, that is heavy.
Yeah. It's supposed to kind of be heavy. Like lyrically. I mean, musically, that's the thing. You can talk about the lyrics and be like, oh, the lyrics are cool, but it has to be this interplay. Do you know what I mean? Like we're working on an idea right now. The one, we played it last time we practiced. We played it through, and it's got some words in it that are very sort of, they're not much on their own. You know what I mean? They're just lines
they're just
that
stupid, dumb.
I mean, they're
worthless.
I don't know about that, but no, but they're not very so they wouldn't stand as poetry, so to speak, right? But the music, the mood of the music makes the words mean more.
And also something interesting. Normally, the way our songs go, Will contribute a lot of the lyrics because he's always kind of writing down stuff and putting it online so that I can just focus on the other aspect of it. Is that when I read what he has, I get a certain vibe from those lyrics, and then I'll just start writing music and melody to those things. Yeah. And this newest song we've worked on, you intended it to be this kind of like more upbeat, kind of Rage Against the Machine-y. Like,
I was thinking very sort of rhythmic vocals, sort of Rage or Me Without You in a certain sense.
And then I came back to you with what I had, and it's this like low-key, groovy thing.
Yeah. And sort of shades of, I don't know, St. Vincent or something. It's very eerie in some ways.
But it's just interesting how, you can come up with this idea. If you had written that song and finished that song, it would not be what it is. It would be something completely different.
Absolutely.
And I think with this band, for a long time, I held a little tighter onto the control of, the bands I was in. Mm-hmm. And this one, I just don't. Yeah,
this is a very sort of everybody brings about 25%, give or take.
Yeah, and just let it become what it's going to become.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
And it's good.
It's a composition. So,
and this song ended up that way. Although it did start with a little bit more of your input with kind of where you were wanting to take it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. But again, it's not that way the whole way through. That the sort of big bridge middle section brings a level of a different kind of depth than just the sort of harshness of those words with sort of driving guitars all the way through wood.
Yeah. But it was when we first rehearsed the song, it was so fun because I was singing it. And I remember after going through it like 3 times, I just did not have a voice anymore because it was like feeling good. A lot of the stuff I've been singing lately, if it's like loud, it's high. Yeah. And if it's low, if it's softer, it's lower. Yeah. And these louder songs, it's just like scraping gravel down my vocal cords, and it's awesome.
Sounds really good that way, though.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Also, we've traded off on this song.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
Let's talk about that
on a song that we've done. Yeah, so we used to do that back in the day. We would sort of bounce back and forth. You would sing a verse, I would sing a chorus, back and forth, whatever. So we incorporated that into this song as well, where I'm singing the verses and then you're singing the chorus.
Right.
So yeah.
And we've got a few more coming like that. I know the song we're releasing next, not to take away from this one, but I'm really excited about it. And we did that the same way.
Yeah.
But that one, we'll talk about that later. That's a completely different process on that song, though.
That's true, yeah, very different.
I came to the table with the idea as a whole, and then I said, make these lyrics something that makes sense to you.
Sure, yeah.
And I think you ended up keeping most of the first verse and then just rewriting the second verse.
Well, and actually you talking about the next song reminds me of one other thing I wanted to make sure we talked about, and that's that this is the fourth and last part of Monstrosity.
Right. Yeah.
So when we initially sort of conceived this band, we knew, look, we're not trying to... our goals are not the same as what your guys' goals were before or what our goals were before when I was in it. The goals are expression, sort of creative expression and creative freedom, because we don't have to worry about the sort of economics of it,
Right.
And so... in doing that, we were talking about, well, how do you want to release this stuff? We know we can't do it sort of, we're not doing it full time. We're doing it between jobs and stuff like that. And we're doing it just for our own sort of enjoyment and things like that. And hopefully the enjoyment of other people, but not really for money. So we were like, how do we want to release it? And so I think we talked about how sort of the record industry is real different. It's all weird now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the single is king now. I mean, labels are, especially the big kind of tentpole labels. Yeah, I think that's a movie term.
I think so.
Those labels are not worrying as much about albums sold as hit singles sold on iTunes.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's all about the unit of sale has changed. So you don't have to buy a record to get that song that you heard on the radio.
Yeah.
You can just buy the one song. So nevertheless, we and also this does play into the comic book thing. We were sort of how do we be creative in a sort of narrative way with a band? And so we initially thought about, well, what about releasing? We were way too ambitious at the beginning. We'll release a song a month or something like that at first, and life gets in the way. But nevertheless, so we decided to sort of block out a certain number of songs, and that'll revolve around a theme,
and that'll be phase one.
Yeah, like phase one. And so this first arc, or this first phase, we called Monstrosity, and all the songs are kind of sort of darker and kind of right. I mean, yeah, all the way through. And so this is the fourth of that first sort of movement.
Yep.
So this one, when we play this one, if you track through Masquerade and Older Brother and Monster, and then this one, we sort of thought of that as kind of we intended that as sort of a set,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that again after this.
Yeah, we've got another one coming up, and we pretty much know what it's going to be. And
for those of you who can't figure out noise trade, I think Vince talked to some people, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I saw you had a new song out." He's like, "Oh, did you like it?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't download it because it asked for my email address and
yeah."
Okay, guys, we get it. You don't want to put in. You want a one stop shop.
Yeah.
So, but in that instance, you're going to have to pay for the music. So,
yeah,
we are probably going to do an iTunes release or something with the next grouping of, or this first grouping of
Monstrosity
songs. I think the idea is to get all these songs and get them all mastered together as a unit, as a whole, and then put them up on iTunes.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, and have it up there so you can grab a song off there and have it at its best quality instantly.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
and I know you're just going to download one. All y'all are just going to download the hit single.
Just the hit. Wait, which one's the hit? I don't know.
I could tell you which one's the hit.
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just look at the numbers on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I haven't done that, so I don't know.
But speaking of YouTube, we have put together a video for this song you're about to hear.
Yeah.
And it's very different.
It's very. Are you going to say what it is, or are you going to hold on to that?
Should I?
I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you think, Chris? Should we hold on to that? Should we hold it close to the chest, or should we?
Let's just say that we didn't go and shoot a video for this.
Yeah.
That's
enough.
I think that's fine.
This is real life footage.
Yeah. This really happened. It's based on a true story.
Yeah, and we thought it would be a very interesting, dynamic contrast with the song. And we hope you get tickled from it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good time. I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited to see it. So I'm very excited to see it. And also this is maybe the last thing I can think of to say, but we are going to drop also a bonus song. We don't have to talk about that in any detail, but we do have a sort of slow acoustic track that we're going to drop as a bonus song with Choke Out the Sun.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I will say that's Ryan's favorite one. I just sent it to him.
Oh, cool.
So he has some nice listening tunes as he hangs out with his stabbed buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, is there anything else we wanted to say in terms of this song?
I don't know.
Or this week? Are you guys? Does that wrap it up for you guys?
Let's just
Seems
say,
like it.
Yeah.
So.
Let's just say, I hope you're jogging while you listen to this song, and we get your heart rate up.
Absolutely. Yeah. You'll jog fast for a little while, and then you'll slow down and groove, and then you jog fast, right? Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. And we will next time. We're not going to be releasing a song, obviously, because we're doing that this time. So, but keep in touch and keep listening, and we'll have we're in talks with some really interesting people to come on the podcast. So should have some fun stuff coming up for y'all.
All right. Well, you done good, Chris.
You done good, Will.
You done good, Joe.
All right. Spin that track, DJ.
Spin it.
Swelled with pride, can I ever fall?
bleep everything
Yeah.
up until on a can.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah.